warm. Gee, you are the luckiest girl in the world to live in this house.
She's determined to move in.
Did Bravo's bankrupt Teresa and Joe Giudice commit mortgage fraud to live the highlight? Many believe that the Giudices had money to burn, but that was never the case. iBuys.com tabloid has learned the Giudices' money may have come from fraud. We explore in this edition of iBuys.com tabloid TV. Teresa and Joe hailed from a lower middle class neighborhood in Paterson, New Jersey. But we met the Giudices from the hit show The Real Housewives of New Jersey.
You like what I picked out?
It's all right.
That looks so beautiful. My whole house has nothing but marble.
They were seen living the highlight. We watched the Giudices build their million-dollar dream home, and oftentimes Teresa's wardrobe was made up of chinchilla and mink, and sporting the latest designer handbag was an everyday occurrence for Teresa. So many became shocked when the news broke that the trendy diva and her husband suddenly had filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, stating that they were over $10 million in debt. But what people kept asking, how were the Giudices so well off, and where did all the money go? iBuys.com tabloid waded through the paperwork and found the Giudices were never well off. And as we were made to believe from the reality TV show, but they were a couple that may have committed mortgage fraud over and again and were never stopped. And it may have been the flipping of those mortgages that was the true source of their income. But when the economy took a nosedive and the banks began to freeze mortgage loans, the Giudices' bubble burst and all hell broke loose. It seems that Papa Joe was a house flipper, and he did it with his partner, realtor Mastropoli, getting houses and buildings cheap and fixing them up and collecting rent or outright selling them for a profit. Then things started to look like a mortgage Ponzi scheme, getting new loans to pay on the old loans, with the Giudices getting mortgages on the same property over and again. Case in point, their property at 49 Sylvia Lane in Stratford, New Jersey. The property was valued at $370,000, but the Giudices got a loan on the property for over $500,000 via 3 different mortgages. The Giudices received loans totaling $8 million, but the property the loans were based on were worth less than $3 million, leaving many to question, how can that be? It seems that the Giudices, for a time, continued getting mortgages on their properties, many times getting a first, a second, a third, even a fourth mortgage on the same property. When they filed for bankruptcy, they had 11 mortgages on 6 pieces of property. Teresa went on The View and told the panel that the economy was the reason that they had to declare bankruptcy. But Joe's business partner tells a different story.
spending and consumption on your show. We've seen you spend, thousands and thousands of dollars on your wardrobe, on your home, etc. And then come to find out, this past October, you and your husband Joe filed for bankruptcy, and you're $11 million in debt. But you had no idea?
Well, no, because there's two reasons why we filed. The first reason is that we own apartment buildings, and due to the economy, people lost their jobs, and then they couldn't pay their rent.
Mastropoli, who owned the buildings in East Orange, New Jersey, with Joe Giudice, stated, Mr. Giudice had been collecting rent on those 3 properties and not paying the mortgage, not paying the oil, not paying the utilities, not paying the taxes, not paying the fines and violations, and so on and so forth, and put those buildings into a hole. Now he's going bankrupt. According to the New Jersey Star Ledger, the Giudices had 1 foreclosure pending on a home they owned in Lincoln Park before they even started shooting the 2nd season of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. The Giudices' debts reflect the list of unpaid mortgages, lawsuits, and unpaid credit cards and purchases. Just 2 years before the Giudices filed for bankruptcy, they received a loan from Wachovia Bank for $2.1 million on one of his East Orange, New Jersey properties, the very property that Joe let go in disrepair. It seems Joe Giudice felt he would always be able to get another mortgage and do another mortgage flip. He had already done over 10. So he did not think in terms of making sure his buildings made a profit anymore. He had learned the art of getting loans, bilking the properties for cash, and letting them go into foreclosure. He and Teresa had already surrendered 3 properties to foreclosure. Joe loved getting mortgages so much to get money for he and Teresa's lavish lifestyle. Stealing and committing fraud and unethical behavior was no problem. Joe Mastropoli, Joe's partner, would give Joe Giudice yet another mortgage, this time for $586,000 in 2006, secured by the 3 East Orange, New Jersey buildings. But Joe wanted $1 million, so he would forge Mastropoli's name on a document stating that he paid Mastropoli the first mortgage. Mastropoli sued Joe Giudice and won in court. But days after that judgment, the Giudices filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now that judgment is in dispute, like all the Giudices' debts. And if the Giudices get a full discharge of their debts under the bankruptcy, they will get away with not having to pay Mastropoli or any of their unsecured bills. Most of their mortgages, totaling over $8 million, were unsecured debts. Sweet deal, huh? Hi, this is Jane. We'd love to have your feedback. Why not go over to ibuySSS.com and leave us a comment? Thanks. Until next time.